Hello everyone, Crixus is back here, and I know there's a lot of big news in Philadelphia. I'm going to get to the whole Chip Kelly thing at the end here. Alright? You can take the slobber back. You can keep that. Thank you. Alright, I want to go over, because most of you guys are tuning in. You don't really care so much about the news in Philadelphia. You want to hear about the picks and predictions, and Crixus is going to be a good helper this week. He's going to be a great helper. He's been going to obedience class. He's been doing all sorts of fun tips and tricks, and it's kind of weird. You don't know what he's doing because you just see the top of his head there. But anyway, hasn't he been doing good in obedience class, Girl Fiend?
Yes, he's become the star boy.
All right. Anyway, let's get on to our review here. This is what I'm talking about. When you get 4 really good teams added into the mix, the first week of the playoffs was like, This past week, however, holy shit, were there some good football games. Oh my goodness. Didn't you like this week much better, Crixus? No, you didn't like it because your star, Tony Romo, wasn't in the playoffs, so you don't like the playoffs at all. Anyway, let's go over the review here. I want to go over the Atlanta game first. I want to kind of save the Baltimore Denver game for the last, because I have the most to say about that, and I have a couple points to draw together from the other games as well. Atlanta beating Seattle 38-28. I think I kind of...
Oh.
Why are you sleeping?
He's so cute.
Come on! You're supposed to be energized for this stuff, Crixus!
He's tired from being a good
Mr.
boy.
Christopher Columbus! Get up! Get up! Get up, you pansy, and fight! Get up and fight for your country! Fight for your team! He's not even fighting. He doesn't even want to... Oh, now you want to fight. Now you want to fight! Oh! Get up here! Ow! Ow! Oh, Jesus Christ! Ow! 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 Damn it! Oh! Okay. Alright. Hey. Oh, that's the champion of Capua that I know. Anyway, Atlanta beating Seattle. I kind of hear like the rest of the country going, "Oh, Atlanta won this game." Oh, Anyway, Atlanta winning, you kind of get the feeling that it's like the wrong team won. It was just a big story for Seattle. They were the big, Cinderella story type team. Epic comeback down 20-0 at halftime. 2 huge touchdowns to end the fourth quarter. 2 huge defensive stops at the end of the game, but on the final drive with 30 seconds left, they let Matt Ryan go down into field goal range and set up the other Matty Ice on the team, Matt Bryant, kick a, 50-yard, 56, 55-yard field goal, whatever. It doesn't matter. Game-winning field goal, and it was just like, oh, Atlanta ended up winning. Anyway, not taking anything away from Atlanta. They deserve to win that game, even though Matt Ryan looked like the shitbag Matt Ryan that tries to lose every playoff game possible other than that last drive. Another 2 interceptions for him in this game, including a huge interception in the fourth quarter. But Atlanta won. Atlanta won a game with Coach Smith and Matt Ryan, and just whoop-de-doo. And it's just like, oh... Again, I feel you, Seattle. Like, I could give a shit less about Seattle or Atlanta, but you just had a feeling that the wrong team won at the end of this game. But it was still a good game, nonetheless. Excuse me while my phone shoots laser beams. Anyway, keep in mind that final drive that Matt Ice had, because I want to correlate this to another game. Houston losing to New England, 28-41. This game was over when New England was losing the game. You heard me correctly. This game was over when New England was losing the game. And by that, I mean when the score was 3-0, as Girlfiend rains down all sorts of Crixus toys.
He was bored.
I forgot they were up there, actually. Thank you for doing that, Girlfiend. When New England starts off the game, kicking off to Houston, they get a big return, take it down to, I think it was like New England's 7-yard line, only to end up going a 3-and-out in essence. Well, not 3-and-out, because they kicked the field goal. Getting a field goal out of that is just basically their way of saying, oh, well, we can't score a touchdown on this team when we want to kick them in the mouth right away. That just sent the message that this game was over. This game was done. When you get a hot return, you get the crowd hushed, you could just storm right in the end zone and just say, hey, we're here on your home turf to send a message, and we're going to kick a field goal after a huge 90-yard return. Unbelievable. One thing I want to say, I'm no big fan of the Patriots, but this is just a team that is just getting it done so much. And there's one specific player on this team that I don't think gets really enough credit. Well, he gets the credit for being one of the best slot receivers in the game, and that's Wes Welker. Wes Welker should also get the moniker of one of the toughest players in the game.
No.
This guy gets knocked around so much and just gets back up. He took a hit. I don't remember exactly when it was in the game. Some of you New England fans might know when it was. He gets absolutely plastered, like a full sidewalk slam to the back, head, turf, ground, everything. Just like, I was like, oh, he's done. I was like, oh shit, the Patriots just lost him for the rest of the play. And he's back up. I was like, how is he back up? I'm used to watching the Eagles here, like Deshaun Jackson and Jeremy Maclin, like when they get that hit, they're out for the rest of the game. Like they're not coming back. I've seen that happen 100 times on the Eagles. Wes Welker, my God, he takes a hit like that and just stands right up, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, is that guy a little stick of dynamite? But anyway, I hate the Patriots, but there's no denying how they get things done and what they get done. And as far as I'm concerned, I know this might be too premature to say this, but if Brady even just makes it to the Super Bowl this year, he is the greatest quarterback to ever play the game. I don't even care if he gets that fourth ring or not that Montana has and that Terry Bradshaw has. That's 6 goddamn Super Bowls he's made it to. I mean, who are his, like, receivers? Like, who are the running backs he's had to work with? I mean, this guy gets so much done with just not minimal talent, but a little bit above average talent. What I'm saying is, like, there's very few Hall of Famers around him other than him. And I can't see how you can't put him. But again, we're getting ahead of ourselves here because he didn't make shit yet. He's got one more hurdle to overcome. And we'll get to that in a second. Green Bay at San Francisco. The Colin Kaepernick show took the fuck over. Anyone that wanted Smith as the quarterback still in this town, oh my God, you just gotta just let Smith walk. Crixus, energize. Oh, you brought me an Eagles football. Thank you. I wanted a reminder of how bad my team sucks. Let go. Let go. You're gonna break your neck. Ow, 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 ow. Okay. That didn't work out. Colin Kaepernick put on quite possibly one of the greatest dual threat performances that you're ever gonna see. Now, going through the air, it's not like he passed for 500 yards or anything like that. But Girlfiend, he's ripping the stuffing out of the Eagles football again.
Well, that's because he's bored. You need to entertain him.
Go fetch. Anyway, Colin Kaepernick to put, what was it, like, it was like 180 rushing yards and having a 60-some-odd yard rushing touchdown. Again, this is why I was not really that big a believer in the Packers, because they have that soft defense that gives up a lot of points. Now, granted, their offense scores a lot of points, but Crixus, please stop chewing the stuffing out of that. My God, you slobbered all over me. Anyway, Colin Kaepernick basically showed you why the San Francisco 49ers are the real deal. Because when you have an offensive weapon that's going to be playing like that on top of a great defense... Oh, I'm willing to hold this here for the rest of the video, Buster. Anyway, this is a lot more than what you're dealing with last year. But again, this team fell flat near the end of the year against teams like Seattle, so it wouldn't be a shocker if they ended up shitting the bed in the NFC Championship, but we'll see. Anyway, final game I want to go over, Baltimore at Denver. There's like no one was picking Baltimore to win this game. No one. Oh wait, I did. I picked it last week, and a lot of people told me, like, I know nothing about football, to pick against the team that had an 11-game winning streak, to pick against Peyton Manning over Joe Flacco, to pick against a Denver defense that is playing a lot more impressive football than the Baltimore defense this year that is just aged beyond belief and has half-assed Ray Lewis coming back into the lineup. You know what I got to say to all of you? 38 is a bigger number than 35. 38 is the number of points Baltimore put up. 35 is the number of points that Denver put up, which means Baltimore won the game. And do you know why I was so confident? People like started leaving comments in last week's video. Will you let it go? Will you just let it go? Let it go. Let it go. I'm gonna...
Drop.
Drop! Drop! Drop, 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 drop! It didn't work, girl fiend.
Well, he's not listening to you.
Drop! Drop!
Crixie.
Ew! I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why I had full confidence in Baltimore winning the game. Take a look at this, alright? What you see on the screen over here to my left is the record. The record of this past year for the Denver Broncos. What is the list of impressive teams they beat? Alright, they beat Baltimore late in the season. That's a pretty impressive win. Alright, they beat Cincinnati. That's a playoff team. A minimal playoff team, but they beat them. Now let's look at all the other playoff teams they beat. Girlfiend, I really am trying to make a point that requires sound here.
Well, maybe you should focus on your own thing and figure
I
out
am!
what you're doing.
Anyway,
No, you're
look at all the other impressive teams that the Denver Broncos beat. Oh, look! They beat the Chiefs twice. Oh, look! They beat the Chargers twice. Oh, look! They beat the Raiders twice. Oh, let's see. There has to be a couple other impressive wins on there. Oh, the Panthers! No one else beat them this year. Oh, that's an impressive win. Let's see, who else did they beat? Oh, Tampa! They beat a non-playoff Tampa team. All right. Let's see. Let's see who else they beat. Oh, New Orleans! Another non-playoff team. You get what I'm getting at here? They beat a bunch of scrub teams. 11 of their wins were against non-playoff teams. Everyone's like, oh, this 11-game winning streak, you can't pick against that. Fuck you. I picked Baltimore to win with sound mind and logic, and they went into Denver, and they whooped that Peyton Manning ass. All of you that called me dumb, eat a dick.
That's not nice.
Eat a doggy dick.
That's really not nice.
Anyway, I accept all your apologies. I do. Most of you. It's nice knowing that I made such a bold prediction and got it right, but it was more than just saying, I want Baltimore to win because I hate Peyton Manning. Like, no, it had nothing to do with that. And again, going back to Peyton Manning, when are we going to stop being surprised seeing him choke in the playoffs? I mean, 2 more interceptions. The guy has 32 touchdowns, 21 interceptions in the playoffs. Can people stop trying to sell me on him being the greatest quarterback ever? Okay, do I want if I want a quarterback that's going to get me 10 wins in the regular season, 10 plus wins, absolutely, he'd be my quarterback. I'll take him in his prime any day. Do I want to win? Who do I want to win a championship? It ain't Peyton Manning. Sure as hell ain't Peyton Manning. How many more times does he have to mess up in the postseason? Now I know people are going to be like, oh, well, if Champ Bailey didn't look like Nnamdi Asomugha in this game, they never even, it wouldn't even have been close. Bullshit! If you didn't have 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns, Denver, you wouldn't even have been in that game. And that was a fluke that Baltimore gave up 2 kickoff return touchdowns. 1 punt and 1 kickoff return, I should say. Oh, God damn it, Crixus. I was wiping my nose and he uppercut my hand right into my nose. You guys are going to laugh at me. Damn it, Crixus. Oh, no, he's trying to uppercut me. That really hurt. Anyway, sorry if my nose starts bleeding here. Good job, Crixus. People enjoy it when I'm in pain. Denver fans, I know it sucks and this is a painful time, but to all the Denver fans that came at me and called me insane and called me an idiot who knows nothing about football, I just want to tell you one thing. Tim Tebow has more playoff wins with the Denver Broncos than Peyton Manning. How do you like them apples? Anyway, Baltimore won. Flacco has won another playoff game. Manning has lost another playoff game. This is just surreal. Game of the playoffs, one of the best games in the playoffs I've seen in a long time. Now, going back to that point of when I said, remember how, excuse me, I got Christopher Columbus hair in my mouth. When I said how Matt Ryan, in the end of that game against Seattle, had 31 seconds to be exact, to drive down into field goal range. Peyton Manning at the end of the game had 31 seconds, 2 timeouts. They take the kickoff, and then Peyton kneels and takes it into overtime. And the crowd was booing, and rightfully so. You should have booed that play, Denver. Now, Coach Fox is known for being a gutless turd and all, but one thing I want to say is everyone always says how, Peyton Manning is one of the best captains that you can have in a football game that can just take over. Even I remember when he was on Indianapolis and when Tony Dungy would call for the punting team to come in on a 4th and 1 or something, Peyton Manning would wave them off the field, take it over, and overrule the coach's call. Why the fuck didn't Peyton Manning do it in this situation if he's such a good goddamn captain? Again, take that Peyton Manning is the best quarterback talk out of here. Drag it out to the front yard and fertilize the lawn. And just a reminder, Tim Tebow still does have more playoff wins for the Denver Broncos than Peyton Manning. I just want to keep throwing that in. So, now, let's go over the 2 games for the AFC and NFC championship here. San Francisco at Atlanta. Now, San Francisco is a 4-point favorite in this game. 4-point favorite, and they're on the road playing the #1 team in the division. They finished with the best record. This is, I actually heard this on Sports Talk Radio. This is, in NFL history, the highest point spread advantage for a visiting team in NFL history. Sorry, I think my nose is bleeding. Anyway, that's astounding. And that just goes to show you just how Vegas is just wow. They're just changing the dynamics of everything and how confident they are in Kaepernick and that defense to go into Atlanta and just win. I do, however, feel this is a better spot for Atlanta. I think they would play more confidently as an underdog at home than they would as the favorite. But my God, I just see Colin Kaepernick and that 49ers defense just taking this game over. And I'm not just saying that because I picked San Francisco to win the Super Bowl back in August or September, whenever I made that video for the football predictions for this year. I just think it's going to be a slaughter. I see this being an easy 21-plus point victory. All right, maybe not that much. All right, I won't go that far over my head. All right, it's going to be a 35-point victory for San Francisco. No, I'm just kidding. It'll be about 10-point victory for them. Now, not really much else to say. Congratulations to Tony Gonzalez, by the way. He finally was on a team that won a playoff game. Too bad that's all you're ever going to see in your entire career. Anyway, not really much else to add. I would like to say I have confidence that Matty Ice could play a competitive game, but Seattle pretty much shut him down for an entire second half of football, and I see the San Francisco defense playing him a lot more vicious than Seattle's did. Now, not really much else to add on to that, so let's go ahead and go to the AFC Championship game. Baltimore at New England. I even, today at the gym, used my Baltimore Ravens towel that I got a couple years ago at a Ravens-Steelers game, showing my somewhat humble allegiance to the Ravens, even though I really don't give a fuck about them. But, fuck you, Christina! Get her, Crixus! Go get her, Crixus! Get her! Get that bitch! Don't let her interrupt me again! Get her! Alright, now while Crixus is kicking Christina's ass, we're going to go over the Baltimore, New England's predictions here. New England, same deal. At home, same deal as what Baltimore had last week. 9-point favorite at home. Denver was a 9, I think almost a 10-point favorite by kickoff. And same predicament, same deal. Great quarterback, legendary career, all this shit. Flacco somehow keeps finding ways to win playoff games. Now, New England should win this game, and New England should win this game rather easily. If you saw that Baltimore defense, you saw them getting really tired last week in the end of that game against the Broncos. Didn't you notice that, Crixus? Didn't you notice how tired they were getting? They were getting really tired anyways. They basically almost let that game slip away. If it wasn't for that crucial interception that Peyton threw in the fourth quarter, I do not see Baltimore pulling out a win in that game. Oh, now Crixus is going to go to bed. Anyway. Well, sorry for tiring you out, Crixus! Sorry for tiring you out, you lazy bum! Anyway, oh. You wanna fight, you little jerk? Yeah? Alright, so, now, similar situation. Now, there is a few dynamics that are different here in that Baltimore has actually beat the Patriots this year. They beat them on earlier season. Big fourth quarter comeback, by the way. Baltimore lost to Denver this season. So there is an air of confidence that Baltimore can actually beat this team. But again, if you saw how they looked in that Denver game, they really looked elderly and worn down on defense, and I sure as hell don't see Tom Brady throwing a crucial pick in the fourth quarter the way Peyton Manning did. Or was it overtime? God, I'm forgetting. The game was so fucking long. Anyway, in this game, and I don't see anyone the level of Champ Bailey in the secondary on New England. By the way, all those Denver people that were telling me about how Champ Bailey's gonna, shut down Torrey Smith and all this. Anyway, Baltimore is playing with passion. They're playing for Ray Lewis and all this other shit. But can they win? Yes, they can win this game. But they shouldn't win this game. But you know what? I'm going to pick them to win this game. I've got Baltimore in the Super Bowl facing the 49ers, which means John and Joe Harbaugh, the two brothers, will be facing each other, which I know upsets Girl Fiend because
it rips families apart.
Fuck families. I hope the mother and father side with the two separate sons. Anyway,
You're such a meanie.
I'm picking Baltimore to win this game for a number of reasons. One of which is Gronkowski re-injuring his forearm. If Gronkowski was in this game, I would have a huge problem with picking Baltimore. This is one of the things that I think is going to tie-break the game over to Baltimore's end. Another reason is that they do have the confidence that they can beat them, being that they beat them in the regular season in a very hard-fought game and a big fourth-quarter comeback type atmosphere. But the one main reason why I think Baltimore is going to win this game is I asked myself this question. If this was like a full week ago, and you asked me, who would Baltimore have a harder time beating? The Denver Broncos at home or the New England Patriots at home? And I would tell you straight up, I honestly think they would have a harder time beating the Denver Broncos at home. So if I say that, I can't say, well, but if they beat the Denver Broncos, then they wouldn't beat the Patriots. No, I've already established in my mind that I truly, honestly feel the harder team for them to defeat would be the Denver Broncos at home. Which means the Patriots have to be a step down, and with a serious injury to one of their tight ends, taking a very serious offensive threat out of the game, I'm sorry. I honestly feel Baltimore is winning this game. So there we have it. Baltimore versus San Francisco in the Super Bowl. Nothing's confirmed yet, of course. The games still have to happen. But that's just my bold prediction of brother versus brother. And the families will be torn apart and Girl Fiend will cry.
Well, I don't want the Patriots to go to the Super Bowl because they're fancy pants people that don't deserve to go. They go too many times.
There you go. Girl Fiend follows a lot of sports too, so we should listen to her on that.
Oh, and Budweiser's going to have a really good commercial right after kickoff. So stay tuned. They're going to promote a new product, a new kind of beer. Something about being at dark.
Anything else you want to add, Girl Fiend?
Well, you know you want to see the Clydesdales.
Anyway, now that we got the commercial plugs, which I'm not seeing a penny from Budweiser, so now they just got a free plug to, 1,000+ people.
Well, these people are going to be watching the Super Bowl anyway.
Alright, now let me get to the final topic here, which is the hiring of a new coach in Philadelphia. And... oh! God damn it!
You want a tissue to cry into?
No! I want to rip your dog's ears off and then blow my nose on him like a tissue. How about that? How about that? You know what? You could spend the rest of the video in the sleeper position. Alright? How you like that? Alright. So.
Be nice.
Anyway, Chip Kelly, the coach of the Oregon Ducks, it was announced today, out of nowhere, no one saw this coming, including myself, that he's the new head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Hi.
I was so mindset on Gus Bradley, the defensive coordinator of the Seattle Seahawks, being hired here. Came in for 2 interviews, brought back in yesterday. I was like, oh, well, that's settled. He's going to be the new head coach. I like him. He's got fire. He's got passion. He's an experienced NFL guy. Wake up this morning and Chip Kelly's the new head coach. All right. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you, oh, this is absolutely terrible and stuff like that. It's still not Andy Reid. It is still not Andy Reid coming in to coach this team. Now... would I have liked to have a much more defensive-minded guy coming into this team? Absolutely. I think this team needs a defensive-minded individual right now. And by the way, I want to say, I'll take Lovie Smith as a defensive coordinator right now. If you're listening, Chip, a little Lovie Smith action on defensive coordinator will win some brownie points from me for you. Anyway, but who knows if Lovie Smith wants to take a step down from being a coach of a pretty successful Bears team. But anyway, I'm torn on this. I would really have liked to have had that NFL type guy come into this. Kind of like when, like, this morning I found out that some CFL coach was coming in to coach the Bears, and I was like, really? Like, why not, get a coordinator or something? Like, why get some guy who's been coaching the CFL for 5 years? But anyways, I digress. I don't care. It's not my team. Okay. He stopped wagging. Oh, he started again. Okay. He's going to just keep hitting me with his tail. By the way, that sound isn't a submarine. That's the Twitter app I have on my computer. Some of you guys asked about that. You thought I was getting like attacked by submarines. Anyway, this video is ridiculously long. But anyway, Chip Kelly, I'm at least anticipating to see what he can do. I honestly don't feel his type of high-octane offense is going to work for too long. I think eventually teams are going to scheme against him, and it'll get broke down after about 5 weeks, and he'll be exposed as a fraud. But more the power to him if he, silences someone like me, because I want the best for this team, and if his system works and it's proven to work, I will be the first one to say, wow, this guy shocked me, and I'm glad he's the coach of this team. Anyway, all right, so we got the bowl prediction of Baltimore and San Francisco in the Super Bowl. We got a new coach for the Philadelphia Eagles. The Chicago Bears have a Canadian Football League coach taking over their team. And Tim Tebow still has more playoff wins for the Denver Broncos than Peyton Manning. Let's just end on that note. Anything else you want to add, Girl Fiend?
No.
All right, good. Everyone, have a fantastic day, a better tomorrow. And Christopher Columbus, I'm going to kick your ass. He's looking at me like he doesn't think I'll do it, but I will.
Go get him. Go show him who's boss. Who's boss? You are Archie. You are.
All right.
Go get him.
I'm going to take his ass over. Ooh, that sounded bad. Ooh. Who says that? All right. It's Armageddon time. See you guys later. Get him, you son of a bitch!